History sometimes begins where statistics and logic end. On the morning of August 6, 1945, it was just the last day of an ordinary business trip for Tsutomu Yamaguchi. As he walked toward his office through the streets of Hiroshima, he had no idea that the sky would suddenly be torn apart by a blinding white light. This first atomic bomb dropped into the heart of the city, claimed the lives of nearly 140,000 people. One of those who managed to survive right in the middle of that apocalypse was Tsutomu Yamaguchi. The shockwave of the explosion tossed him into the air like a piece of paper. His eardrums ruptured, and the left side of his body suffered severe burns. The atomic bomb, the most destructive force history had ever seen, had struck this man just 3 kilometers from the epicenter. Yamaguchi spent that night in agony amidst the ruins of a shelter. The next day, still in shock from having survived, he walked toward the train station. He had to escape. He had to go to the only place he would be safe, his home. But the real tragedy fate had prepared for him lay at the destination of the train he boarded, because Yamaguchi's home was in Nagasaki. He reached his home on August 8th. His body was covered in bandages and he could barely stand. Despite this, he went to work the next morning. He stood before his boss and described the apocalypse he had witnessed in Hiroshima. "A single bomb," he said, "destroyed an entire city." His boss laughed. "Impossible," he said. "How could a single bomb wipe out a city?" Yamaguchi opened his mouth to explain the horror he had seen one more time, and right at that moment, the sky turned blinding white again. August 9th, the second bomb, the same man. The office windows shattered into pieces and the building collapsed on top of Yamaguchi. His bandages from Hiroshima caught fire in the flames of Nagasaki. 2 atomic bombs had found him in 2 different cities, 3 days apart, but he survived again. Tsutomu Yamaguchi lived to be 93 years old. His wife and son had also managed to survive those disasters. Years later, when asked how he was able to go on living after such terrible trauma, he didn't speak of an unshakable will or miracles. He only spoke of his family. "I had a family to go home to," he said. Yamaguchi's story tells us this: even the greatest destruction created by human history sometimes cannot destroy that simple yet immense motivation in a person's heart. We don't always need grand philosophies to survive. Sometimes, all we need is that door with someone waiting for us behind it.